From the pages of WWF Magazine, January 1996, comes a nuclear blast of nostalgia so explosive it might just superkick your soul straight back into the golden age of the new generation. This isn't just a magazine, this is a wrestling time capsule dipped in gold face paint and hurled off the top rope with the fury of 1,000 leg drops. Strap in, tape your wrists, and prepare to dive headfirst into a month where Marty Jannetty makes a miracle return, Goldust creeps into our collective consciousness, and Alundra Blaze lights the women's division on fire with pure vengeance. We open with a shimmering, surreal stare from the bizarre one himself, Goldust, commanding the cover in full glam assault mode. Remember the name, it reads. How could you forget it? Inside, the contents explode in neon. Skip and Sonny shout through Scandal, Bret Hart juggles hockey and hits, Bundy goes Hollywood, and Marty Jannetty rockets out of the shadows to reclaim his legacy in a storyline soaked in heartbreak, betrayal, and the stardust of redemption. But this issue isn't just about the stars. It's a glorious peek behind the curtain, a gritty love letter to a time when wrestling magazines were gospel and ink-stained fingers were the mark of a true fan. We flip past a gloriously loud Clearasil ad yelling about zits like they're foreign invaders, then crash into the contents page, dripping with Technicolor chaos. Feature after feature promises drama, dirt, and drop kicks, with promised spots on Razor Ramon, the Body Donnas, Goldust, George Steele, and the Survivor Series Fallout. There's electricity in every paragraph, like the static buzz before a Titantron explodes with pyro. The secret superstar? A pale insomniac director who may or may not be Gomez Adams' long-lost twin. Clues are bizarre, cryptic, and gloriously kayfabe. Meanwhile, the Federation fanatics spotlight adorable 6-year-olds fantasy booking Diesel versus Jean-Pierre Lafitte, and girls from Arizona declaring their life's goal is to become Shawn Michaels' manager. This isn't just nostalgia, it's sociology in spandex. Letters to the editor hit like chair shots from the crowd. Fans rally for Gorilla Monsoon, beg for more Alundra Blaze coverage, and ask how to become a WWF superstar. And speaking of Blaze, she's back, baby, capturing her third women's title while serving sizzling revenge on Bertha Faye. Blaze scorches on, declaring herself the only real woman fit to wear the gold. She's a phoenix in neon, rising from the ashes of forgotten title reigns to reclaim her crown. Shawn Michaels and Alundra Blaze co-host a savage advice column that's equal parts sitcom, therapy session, and ego explosion. HBK ducks marriage, brags about never being rejected, and throws flirtation at Blaze, who no-sells him at every turn. The chemistry is undeniable, the awkwardness electric, and the sass dialed to 11. These aren't just answers, they're promos printed in black and white. We enter the twisted world of the Body Donnas, where Sonny defends Skip's losing streak while rumors swirl of her canoodling with Shawn Michaels. Skip's insecurities explode, Sonny storms off mid-interview, and the entire saga is messier than a backstage brawl in catering. It's reality TV before reality TV even existed. Then it hits, the return of Marty Jannetty. Like a phoenix with a mullet, Jannetty rises from the ashes of tag team betrayal and career misfires. He recounts his fall from grace, the betrayal by Shawn, the blink and you miss it intercontinental title reign, and his determination to prove that Marty Jannetty still belongs in the new generation. He calls out Dean Douglas, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and vows to climb the mountain once again. There's a vulnerability in his words, but also a burning fire, a desperate need to remind the world who he was and who he still could be. And just when your heart can't take it anymore, the magazine launches a full-blown hype barrage for the SNES video game Killer Instinct. The review is packed with punch codes, attitude, and two fictional fans arguing about who's more punk while trying to morph Orchid into a tiger. It's glorious. The language is so aggressive, it practically suplexes you through the page. In Your House gets a full multi-match breakdown with every body slam and double cross detailed. Razor versus Dean Douglas, Mabel versus Yokozuna in a Haas fight from hell, and the finale, Diesel versus British Bulldog with Bret Hart watching from commentary. What starts as a battle becomes a war as Hart gets involved, Diesel explodes, and the pay-per-view ends with the locker room trying to contain the chaos. Absolute carnage. It's more than a match, it's an eruption. We get bios on Ahmed Johnson, Barry Horowitz's shocking win, and Dean Douglas flaunting his 5 PhDs. There's merch galore, WWF blimps, collector plates, Stretch and Bret dolls, and the famous sharpshooter tank top that made you feel 10 feet tall even if you were 4 feet nothing. And yes, there's even an ad for WWF on America Online, offering 10 free hours of dial-up action, because cyberspace is just another squared circle. The final pages tease us with flickers of Scoop Sullivan's madcap insights, children's drawings, Ask Bret wisdom, and a reminder that the secret superstar was likely Goldust all along, subtle as a super kick to the jaw. This issue doesn't just remember the name Goldust, it screams it from the rafters. It resurrects Marty Janity's heart and career, throws Sonny and Skip into relational peril, lets Bret juggle hockey sticks and headlocks, and reminds us that at its peak, WWF Magazine was as much a work of art as it was a carny sideshow in glossy form. So if your blood isn't pumping by now, check your pulse. You might be selling like Yokozuna after a Shawn Michaels superkick. This has been From the Pages, and if it doesn't make you want to jump off your couch like Marty in '93, then brother, you ain't got no business being in the ring. Like, share, subscribe, and remember, never turn your back on your tag team partner, unless you're throwing them through a barbershop window. And if you're listening from your childhood bedroom, surrounded by action figures, fruit by the foot wrappers, and that one busted VHS tape of Survivor Series '95, let this be your war cry. Pro wrestling wasn't just entertainment, it was a way of life. Long live the gimmick, long live the magazine, and long live the madness.